What's good, Denver? It's Shelly Martinez, your host of Chopping It Up with Shelly at Hollywood Barbershop.
This is the barbershop. Barbershop. This is the barbershop. The place where a black man means so.
What's good, Denver? It's Chopping Up with Shelly over here at Hollywood Barbershop. Tonight I have some special guests in the house. We have Mo, we have Kojo, we have Yaz, and we also have Davey. Kojo, why don't you start us off? What do you do here in Denver, and what are you about?
Yeah, well, nice to meet you guys. I do a little bit of everything. I'm into a lot of fashion, photography, film. I help manage an agency out here, where we just, it's a creative agency, we just put together our own self-funded projects and help network the community and do what we can to really push Denver's culture forward in general.
Yeah, so I'm Mo. Right now, I'm just a designer working on my fashion brand named Sedulous. Also into product design, and right now just here with Kojo. We're planning our fashion show in New York for February.
Nice. And Yaz?
Hi, my name is Yaz. I am from New York originally. I just moved out here 8 months ago. I am a salon owner here in Denver. I used to have a salon in New York as well. And I'm also a teacher. I'm a dance teacher and a gymnastics teacher as well. I'm a creative director. I wear many hats.
Good. Very talented.
Yeah, thank you.
Good. Davey?
Well, I'm Davey. I'm a professional dancer. I also am a model coach. I do model event planning for the LGBT with ballroom. I'm also here with these people, getting them ready for their own show during New York Fashion Week and a fundraiser coming near to you. I also teach dance, and I also run a boutique in 5 Points called Ernie's Generations, as well as I'm a stylist and designer under my own brand name, Twiga G Styles.
Nice. And Yaz, you said that you had a salon here in town. What's the name of that salon?
Yes, the name is Dara's Collective Hair Studio. We are located at 1562 South Parker Road. It's a small business for now. We're expanding. The more we go, we've been open around 6-7 months, so not even a year yet. The same brand was in New York. Unfortunately, it did not make the pandemic, so I kind of came here to just restart. And my father was my manager. He passed, so once that happened, it was kind of just like I need to start somewhere else.
Well, we're glad to have you. That's great.
Thank you.
Good. Much success to you. And Mo, tell me a little bit about your background.
So when I graduated high school, I went to college to study fashion design. Dropped out of college, started my own brand called Gusty, and then rebranded into Sedulous. I've been working on this brand for about 2 years now, developing it and getting ready for the debut next month.
Exciting. And where's that going to be?
New York.
In New York?
During our fashion show. Do a couple months of marketing and promotion, and then I'll have my actual release.
Nice.
And I'll drop all my merch.
That's exciting. So, Kojo, I've known you forever, probably, since you were a wee little kid here, you know what I mean?
Literally.
But So tell me, like, how did you get started in this? What inspired you to become into fashion?
For fashion, like I've always been into fashion, honestly. But I think as far as really taking myself serious and wanting to push it to the extent of like I want to do this for the rest of my life, like making sure I can get to that level. I would say I've been pushing that forth for like the past 3 years. But as far as Kojo, my brand, it's really just been like a self journey, really learning about myself. Like my brand has literally just taught me different versions of myself, has taught me things about family, friends, and it's not even like negative, positive things. It's just different people, energies. It's just like you can learn so much through business, and yeah, it's almost been like my coming of age. So like it's just I want to tell stories about what I go through through fashion and through photography, through short films. So just really trying to push that forth now and designing pieces that like I would want to wear, or like I would want my girl to wear, or like I would want to see like a corner of some street kids rocking. Like that's kind of what I'm trying to appeal for.
Are you looking to like mass produce like certain like looks, or you want to do like exclusive, one time only type of stuff?
I would say I'm really more so looking to like get into just high class fashion when it comes to like a version of like street ex couture, and I just want really like a house of creatives that are just mainly minorities, especially like black designers and stuff like that, who are just partnered up in a team and we're just going crazy designing some of the flyest pieces in the world, competing against Gucci, Chanel, and all these things. Like I don't know if it would be like mass produced, like it would be easily mass produced. We just make patterns and send them out and things like that. But for now, I would say we definitely like. I personally definitely enjoy the one-on-one touch. Like I don't even like selling a lot of my pieces, to be quite honest. I really want it, like it's really personal to me. So I rather just tell the story behind it and keep the piece for myself.
You've walked in here before with some of your clothes on, and you've been stopped on your way out the door. And, hey, where'd you get that at? Where'd you do it?
Yeah.
So it's definitely appealing to people. You know what I mean? How did this little group come together?
Man, this group, I just honestly, I'm constantly scouting for anybody I like that believes in me or that I believe in, and that's really what's like slowly developing here. It's like it's hard. Like developing a team is tough. Finding people that are like strong boned, who have the will, people who are willing to like keep going even after things are getting really, really tough. Because things get tough. Like it's a showbiz, you know what I mean? Like everything will go wrong, or, you know what I mean? So it's like it's honestly beautiful just seeing people get to their next level. Like he's like somebody who's always willing to see what's the next, like whatever level we're at. He's like, how can we get to the next? And that's awesome for me. Or like any little idea, any like she's able to see a good idea, and like once she believes in it, she's like, I'm going for it. Like I don't care if nobody else is going, I'm going for that. That's me, so I connect. And he's also an opportunist when it comes to something that's like strong, or he like when he knows what he wants, like he knows what he believes in, he doesn't stop. Like he just goes for that, and he's just hardworking in that sense. So it's like everybody around me is really people I resonate with, and just slowly trying to build something out of what we got going on.
So, Davey, what exactly have you been involved in Denver in the local scene as far as fashion and dance goes?
Ooh,
a
whole lot. I'm coming up on 10 years living in Denver, relocated from Ohio, and I originally came here on a dance contract with Cleopatra Robinson Dance, and was with her for 10 whole seasons. Just recently stopped in October. So dance-wise, it's been touring all over the country, all over the world, just performing and honing in on my dance craft, as well as getting my name out there as a teacher, as a choreographer as well. So that's the dance standpoint. Even outside of the classically trained dancer, I also do like commercial gigs as well around the city, just because I like to dabble in everything. I don't like being a one-trick pony. People are like, oh, you're a triple threat. I'm like, it's more like a quintuple threat. And then one of the dance parents at Cleo's was like, have you ever thought about modeling? I'm like, absolutely not. Just give me 5, 6, 7, 8. And she told me to go to my first casting. I believe it was for this 2015 Red Ball. That was the first runway show I've ever done, and that kind of stuck because then I started getting designers that were interested in me because I'm this ripped dancer. To like, oh, you can just do this and this and that, and then they discovered that I also wear a pump, and I could turn that out too. So that just kind of launched me into the fashion scene here in Denver, and then slowly but surely turning into one of those models, turning into the model coach, turning into a co-director, runway director, anything, anything, any resource that somebody needs, I probably know how to find that. But fashion and dance have always been a thing for me. Where I came from, all they knew me was as the dancer since elementary school. As I got into high school, a lot of my friends turned into like couture designers, and some people just homemade stuff, and I have a lot of their stuff. So I was always into local fashion versus like, let's go to a store like everybody else and wear the same exact thing. Big ups to my mother, rest her soul. She was always into fashion secretly, and I did not know. I thought it was just all naturally me, but it was a little bit of her. And other things that I involve myself in Denver. I am probably the hugest supporter in the LGBT community as far as ballroom is concerned. I'm known in Colorado as the trailblazer and pioneer of ballroom because there was no ballroom here in the state of Colorado at all until I come fumbling along. And I've started 2 houses, currently the house father of the House of Luron. That's fairly new here, and I'm just out here creating events for all types of things. I'm out here outreaching for lots of dance, lots of fashion, lots of ballroom related things, and also trying to be out there politically with certain issues that involve the ball community or just the younger generations. We just out here.
Do you guys feel like Denver's like up and coming, or do you think that this is a good foundation for fashion, in your opinion, or do you feel like you got to go to New York and all these other places?
I think as far as Denver, I feel like it's time to start outsourcing. Like, I think we really gotta remain as far as creatives, and we gotta stay within here. But when I started studying a lot of these other communities and cultures, it really is like Rick Owens, Supreme, all these people are within like a mile radius. It's not like it's at a randomness, you know what I mean? Some of these things are like, even LA, it's same communities, like it would be within a certain whatever, but it'd be like, this person's a rapper, that person's this, that. So it's like, that's kind of what it's like, that's what we kind of have to push forward, since it's like, I don't know, I don't think it's like a prime fashion location or a prime anything location, but it has mad potential. Like we have more money than half the cities, half the states in the states. I think there's a lot of potential, like a lot of hungry people, but there's a lot of like people that are just like lazy. There's a lot of talent, but like there's just not that drive. You know what I mean? And I think the reason that drive isn't there is because people don't believe in it. Like they don't see you could really create a whole, like you can create Gucci out of, like, you know what I mean? They don't believe Apple started in a garage, but like in LA, Apple really started in the garage down the street. You know what I mean? If you live in that neighborhood, so it's gonna make you wanna move a different version of hungry. It's like same like where I'm from, East Africa, like everybody's hungry. Like people be working like 14-hour days just to get right, you know what I mean? But people are always like pushing themselves, and I think those who are pushing themselves going further, like I want to just work with them and then put together the talent and put it to a different community, because I think like any community is going to be so grateful for some of the things Denver has to offer, even just like commercialized, like industry wise. Like there's so many ideas that I've talked to with people and and I'm just like, yeah, that'd be next level for Denver. Like we've seen it too. Like we've seen industry people take ideas from Denver creators, but just no credit, because it's like it's Denver. There's not enough of us making noise.
I'll tell you what, you've come a long way from wanting to have an Uber system in Africa. Remember that was your main idea a long time ago.
Hey, they need transportation.
They
is
need
key.
transportation. Okay.
Transportation is key.
Interesting.
Hey, yeah, ideas start somewhere, but look where it's got him. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna do a bus instead. I think
Okay.
busing is better.
Okay, giving foot.
That's it.
fever.
But you have to think. This is a creative thing. You know what I mean? Yaz, is this a big culture shock for you coming from New York and then here we are in Denver?
Definitely. But there's like pros and cons. I feel like it's definitely a culture shock, but there's definitely like so much to work with here, and I like how you can kind of like see like the talent and kind of like pick it out with like with one hand.
Okay.
Honestly, in my opinion, and so I like how like people like are willing to learn here, like those who are talented and like who want to like get further, like want to like branch out or like want to learn or be better or do better or evolve in their career path and just like with themselves. Like I like how they're like willing to do that and they're willing to grow. Whereas in New York, New York is a very competitive place.
I bet.
It builds you though, like it's a very like strong place. I'm super proud and honored to be from New York. I wouldn't trade it for anything. But there also is like ego in a sense to where like it's like like who can, like no I'm better, but like not in like a sense where like they want to say that they're better, but like they're that strong, and that goes for me as well. Like I'm definitely like the same. I like the fact that like being here now, like I can kind of like you can kind of like breathe more here, and kind of like
You feel like
collect
you're-
yourself more,
Yeah.
grow more like at your own pace.
Okay.
I'm definitely gonna like me personally like in the near future, like I definitely like want to start to buy property in my town in New York and kind of like go there, like work on projects and stuff, and then like come back here. I think this is a very like foundational place.
Good.
I think like for the longevity of things, I feel like this is a great place to be. Once you like build your foundation here, I feel like you can go anywhere. And it's welcoming here, but like Kojo said, the drivenness needs to be like a little higher. I must say that. I think that this place lacks that. But I feel like with people like ourselves, it's just like I feel like there's like something of like each place that's lacking out of the other place or like town or city or even countries, so I feel like we're only stronger together, and yeah.
That's awesome. We're excited to see what you do with Denver, especially bringing the East Coast flavor to the mountains.
Yeah.
So we'll see what. That's always good because we need some flavor around here. It gets a little bland sometimes, right? And Mo, what exactly have you been involved in here in Denver?
I've been involved with developing a couple of brands. I used to do graphic design for Boss Hagen. I used to have a brand named Gusty. I've helped Kojo do some designs and just helped out with some fashion shows.
Well, Kojo, tell me what kind of projects we have to look forward to here in Denver.
Really getting like creatives out of here, like those who deserve it and stuff, and building these strong teams. I think that's the next level. I just believe the people who are running things in Denver are just doing the bare minimum, or they're like, they don't really care for the creators, therefore it's almost creating us to have these stopping points, because if that's the top ceiling and they don't give a shit, it makes it hard for the rest of us to do anything. So it's like, at this point, we're going past them, you know what I mean? That's the energy we want to push forth, design-wise, energy-wise, like community-wise, like, yeah, this time, like the past couple of years, I'd say it was practice, but this year, moving forth, it's like game year, like it's game time. So, I think project-wise, like throughout the summer, we're gonna start definitely pushing a lot more art gallery shows and stuff like that within Denver. I want to do more higher class stuff, and yeah, just other than that though, just pushing most projects outside of Denver.
Hopefully, like with our project that we're doing, where we're bringing like a team from Denver into New York for the fashion show that we're all putting together to Dying Artists. Fashion show and live gallery, February 11th. But yeah, like we're really trying to like kind of like show like the community here that like there's so much potential and like money and just like expansion here, like, and And honestly, like the best thing about Denver, why I'm like okay, like it was a good move to move here. I honestly like didn't know much about here. I just it was like the middle of the pandemic, and I went on Google, and like this was like top 5 places like resources wise to move to. And but like the best thing about here is that like people will like give you a chance. Like they will hear you out, and they will like like take your word, and like they will like give you like the benefit of the doubt, and like they will let you like showcase yourself. Like they will do that, and that's great. And so like the black community here like does have to stick together in that sense to where like there's so much that can be done here.
I agree. I think that's why it takes, like, it really requires outsourcing, but done correctly at this point. Because yeah, we have the talent. We have the talent for sure. We have the resources. Like it's an open playing field of resources in Colorado. We just don't really know how to really get into it. Like I really, but I don't know. I really believe like Colorado is a great foundational place. Like, but as far as the exportation of it, first you got to get like you need Europe to be like, man, I really need this from Colorado, and it can only really be based out of Colorado. You know what I mean? That's when you can really put the city on the map. But there's no fashion brand, and there's no rapper who's like going so crazy, city to city, state to state, country to country from here to where like you could be like, yeah, this place has culture. You need, but it has foundation. You know, there's a lot of people who grew up together, who made music together, who made clothes together. So if any of us made it. It's really just like a ticking time bomb at this point. Somebody's gonna make it though, whether it's music. Like some people have been working, like we've been working, but it's a ticking time bomb. But I think the moment one person makes it in Denver, it's about to be like, because we've all just been growing up together at this point, working, making art together. So
like we're funding like our own show. Like we fund our own plane tickets there. Like we're funding everything. Like we're we're doing everything ourselves because we believe in our vision that much. And so like. Yeah, that's pretty much.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I feel like Denver is a blank canvas, and you guys are the splash of color to the canvas that's going to make a beautiful project, a beautiful piece of art. Well, I appreciate you guys on the show, but I want to tell me where we can, David, tell me where we can find you at on social media.
You can find me on Instagram, DD_love of dance. If you need some styling needs or some coaching, you can find me at Twiga_G_styles, TWAIGA. That's Swahili for people who need some culture. But yeah, that's where you can find me.
All right, and then yes.
You guys can find me at Diverse Collective Hair Studio on Instagram. I also have my own personal hair Instagram, Yaz Hair NYC. And yeah, you can find me there. I also am working on my own website that's on the bio of Deborah's Collective Hair Studio as well. And we're actually hiring for nail techs, makeup, lashes. Our salon is an individual contractor salon, so you will be the own pioneers of your future and your like careers. And we are doing hourly rates or weekly rates, as well as monthly rates as well. So if you're someone that wants to branch off on your own, please contact us.
And that's a great way to start when you're starting out too, with those little tiers of steps that you have there at your salon.
Yeah.
As well. And it's a full service salon?
Yes, I'm so sorry. It's a full service salon. We do everything. We do not discriminate on color, race, or any kind of hair. We do it all. And we are also we're like a luxury experience salon as well. So we have a food and drink menu. And yeah.
Nice, that sounds great. Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
And Mo, tell us where we can find you at.
You can follow Sedulous on Instagram at sedulous.adelaide. That's sedulous.atelier.
Cool. And then Kojo?
Yeah, if you need any photography, if you want to connect creatively in general, you could just reach me at visual_studio7, or if you need any photography, video needs. But if you need any fashion, clothes-wise, just reach me at Kojo Clothing with a K. You can find me there.
And one more thing, we're actually putting together our own masquerade ball for Black History Month. It is called the Ball of Evolution. It will be February 3rd. Please come out. We will be posting some more information about that very, very soon within this week. and we're just fundraising for Black History Month, for how far our culture has gotten, and for our beauty within and outside beauty as well, and of course for our project in February for our first fashion show, trying to bridge the gap between Denver and Colorado creatives. It's for a good cause, and it's gonna be lit, so show up.
Good. And Chopping Up with Shelly will also make sure to provide information for that venue as well when the time comes. So, all right, you guys, I appreciate you. You know, Denver, hey, thanks for stopping in and bringing you some of Denver's best here again over here at Hollywood's Barbershop. And check out Instagrams and their social media stuff. And we will see you later.